Shalom. I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi by Hashem, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. And much respect to the brothers laboring worldwide in truth and sincerity. Salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, believing on the words of Yahawah by Hashem, Yahawashi. This your brother Dawadah, coming at you another lesson. Lord willing is edifying. And this lesson is not to highlight these so-called celebrities, all right, who know that they're Israel. It's the fact that they professing and know they're Israel, man, which is biblical prophecy. Now, they're not doing the things, all right, that is needed for salvation by following the ways of Yahawah by Shah. But what you see is they're not going to have any cloak. Matter of fact, let's start there, right? They're not going to have any cloak for their sins, man. St. John chapter 15 and St. John 15 and verse 22. It says, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sins, right? And how is the Lord speaking? How is the word getting pushed forth through the mouth of his prophets, man? Remember the scripture say, thou shalt hear a word behind thee. Matter of fact, let's just go get it. Isaiah chapter 30 and is it 20? Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner any more, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers right. So now that the teachers of Yahawah Shah is being placed on the scene, that city set on the hill that cannot be hid, guess what? Everybody know they Israel. Okay? And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left, right. And that's the problem with these celebrity Israelites, man. You know, they're not walking in the fashion in which the Lord want them. But again, this is biblical prophecy. You know, the gathering, all right, people not what is the word? Having an excuse, man. Real quick, back in St. John chapter 15 and verse 22 in the NLT, it says, they would not be guilty if I had not come and spoken to them. Yeah, again, the Lord is speaking through his men. But now they have no excuse for their sin. See that? Yeah, everybody's going to hear. What does the scripture say? The knowledge of the glory of the Lord. Let's get that. It's going to cover the sea, man. I'm paraphrasing. Let's just get it. Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 14. For the earth shall be filled, see that, with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea, right? The waters being a metaphor for this truth, the sea being a metaphor for this people, man. So this word, this living word is saturated. It has watered everything, man. And now you have no excuse. Okay? Again, this is biblical prophecy. It is not to highlight these guys in any way, shape, fashion, or form, man. It's just showing you that this word is getting out, man. You know? Again, what is that? Deuteronomy. Let's get that real quick. We gonna get to the we gonna get to the video. Deuteronomy. Is it chapter 30? Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And you see the header. Restoration promise. So the Lord promised that he was going to restore the house of Israel, man. You know? He was going to bring back those ruins that was once broken. Right? What is that? Is that Amos 9? Let's get that real quick. We're going to come back to Deuteronomy. Amos chapter 9. And, yep, verse 11. See that? The restoration of Israel. Beautiful. It says, in that day, I will raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Yeah, the house of David is being raised up. And close up the breaches thereof. And I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old. And that's what we're coming into, man. All right? The house of David being erected through this word. We're being gathered through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, man. Okay? And this word has got out there, man. It says, Deuteronomy 30:1, again, restoration promise. And it shall come to pass, when all these things shall come upon thee, the blessing and the curse. Yeah, what was one of the curses, man? You're going to be scattered into all nations. Matter of fact, real quick. Excuse me. It never fails. Your throat get dry when you start to do a lesson. Yep. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. And that's why we're going to need to be gathered, man, from all nations under heaven. See? It says, from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. So yeah, we serve JC, Buddha, Islam, these other gods which our fathers didn't know, man. All right, but it first was brought forth when we were scattered into all nations. Let's go back to Deuteronomy 30. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things shall come upon thee, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among the nations, whether the Lord Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, thy power, have driven thee. See that? So now these things are being called to mind. We're trying, we're understanding who we are according to the scriptures. We're trying to serve Yahawashi in spirit and in truth. And thou shalt return unto the Lord thy power, and thou shalt obey his voice, according to all I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that then the Lord thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations. See that? Whether the Lord thy power have scattered thee. And that's what we're in the midst of, man. All right? And that's another reason why these nations are in fear. It tells us in Judah 7 that when we start returning to our power, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. And I promise you we're going to play the videos. Just the spirit is going right now. Judah chapter 5 verse 17. And whence they sinned not before their power, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies. But now are they returned to their power. Yeah, we'll return to our power through the Spirit, man. This is being done spiritually now. Okay? And are come up from the places where they were scattered. See that? We're being gathered by the word, man. We're in that same mindset. See? And have possessed Jerusalem, which is a people before it's a place where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. See? Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. And Esau knows this, man. That's why he does the things that he does to keep the children of Israel oppressed, man. You know, putting these pork enzymes and everything and then accusing us to the Father. Yeah, he trying to keep us in error. It says, but if there be no iniquity in their nation, yeah, the elect, man. That's who the Lord is coming to save in this time. And that's why it's not going to be any iniquity in their nation. Let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world. And that's what you're going to see with Esau, man. He's going to become a reproach before all the world. See? But it started by us coming back to our power, knowing who we were according to the scriptures. Again, being gathered by the word. So let's play these videos real quick. We're going to get more precepts. Lord willing is edifying.
What's the difference between a man in a suit jumping in a pew and a man with torn clothes that's jumping up outside talking to himself that's dirty? A man in the pew ain't teaching them folk what that Bible really saying.
And another thing, you heard how Jake posed that question? Man outside jumping up and down with torn clothes that's dirty. Jake, you got a lot. You all them idle fucking words, man. All them idle fucking words, you gonna pay for that shit too. But see, now you have no cloak, guy. You have no cloak, because now you've been told. You see how that works?
What's the difference between a man in a suit jumping in a pew and a man with torn clothes that's jumping up outside talking to himself that's dirty? A man in the pew ain't teaching them folk what that Bible really saying. You talking to a Christian / I used to be a Christian. I believe in Christ. You believe in Jesus, anywho. But I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. This is basically what the Bible, who's really what the Bible talking about. All right. You see what I'm saying? Because you believe in Christ, you believe in Jesus, anywho. But I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Okay. This is basically what the Bible, who's really what the Bible talking about. All right. You see what I'm saying? Because you think them folk was standing in who Moses went to go save? In 110, 15 degree weather.
I love the Israelite community, man. I believe they do. Got a lot of dope insight, a lot of things that people that's not Israelites can learn from the Israelites. They try to do a lot of study and a lot of research and not just what's going in front of them. They try to go back as far as possible and try to do as much research as possible, and that's what humans are supposed to do. So, I fuck with the Israelites for sure. But if you go back to the original way these scriptures was written, like at the Old Testament, and you look at the original way that the scripture was written, they wasn't calling the higher power the things they calling them now. You know what I'm saying? He had a name. You know what I'm saying? And the name that they used was Yahawah. And the name that they used for the son of God was Yahawashi. So you look in the original scriptures, then that's what you will find.
Whatever I feel in my body and my heart, that's just what I am. Like, just growing up, my uncle was a Hebrew.
Real quick. And what does the scripture say? In the land of their captivity? Let's get that.
They wasn't calling the higher power the things they calling them now. You know what I'm saying? He had a name. You know what I'm saying? And the name that they used was Yahawah. And the name that they used for the son of God was Yahawashi.
See? Yeah, man. This is biblical prophecy playing out right before our eyes. What is that? Baruch chapter 2 and let's see. Verse 29. It says, if they will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude will be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew, and again, we were scattered among the nations, man. But the Lord said in these, we're going to bethink ourselves, right? In the land we were scattered. It says, for I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. It's like, let me start at verse 29 again. It says, Baruch 2 and 29, if ye will not hear my voice, surely this very great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because of the stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And that's what you're seeing, man. These celebrities, they just a footnote, man. They're not the what's the word? They're not to be held in high esteem because they know they're Israel, man. You know, but that's just showing you that's part of the awakening of the Israelites, man. You know, it's showing that you're not gonna have any cloak, and in turn, it's showing that the ones who hearken is gonna be safe, man. You know, them the ones that's coming into the house of David. Again, it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am the Lord their power. For I will give them a heart." Yeah, that word heart goes back to the Hebrew word lad, which means your mind. For I will give them a heart and ears to hear, yet understanding. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name. You see that? Then that guy called on the correct name. Then the guy Cassidy called upon the correct name. Well, he had to be taught that. See that?
And like at the Old Testament, and you look at the original way that the scripture was written, they wasn't calling the higher power the things they calling them now. You know what I'm saying? He had a name. You know what I'm saying? And the name that they used was Yahawah. And the name that they used for the son of God was Yahawashi. So you look in the original scriptures, then that's what you will find.
Whatever I feel in my body and my heart, that's just what I am. Like, just growing up, my uncle was a Hebrew Israelite. He passed away. I looked up to him a lot. You know what I'm saying? It just the little bit I know about it. You know, so I just feel like that's our true religion. You know what I'm saying? Our people are Israelites. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I used to be Christian. I used to be real Christian up out here until I found out we're the real Hebrew Israelites. We're the chosen ones. And people hate to hear you say that. I'm like, it's so many lies with these religions. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not a religion. It's a belief. It's a spirituality. And a lot of people don't even understand where they come from. They don't understand their roots. Like,
What's the difference between a man?
It's actually a nationality. You know, it's not a spirituality. Of course, this is a spiritual gathering. You know, we're being gathered by the word, but this is not of any type of religion, man. You know, this is, matter of fact, let's get it. Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit have gathered them. Yeah. Spirit of Yahawah is gathering his elect, man. Scripture says that the word is like a net that's going to pull in the bad and the good. Right? Matter of fact, where is that at? Bear with me. So you're going to get bad and good. Beautiful. Call them like Yahawashi. Yep, the dragnet. St. Matthew chapter 13 and verse 14. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like unto a net that was cast into the sea and gathered of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away. And that's what this word is doing. It's gathering the good in vessels and casting the bad away. It says, so shall it be at the end of the world. See, that's why we know, again, biblical prophecy states that the saints, all right, the Israelites is going to be gathered at the end of the world. So shall it be at the end of the world. The angels shall come forth and sever the wicked from among the just, and shall cast them into the furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. See, so yeah, this word is being cast out there, and it's growing in both good and bad, man, as we see in that in those certain videos. This is not gonna fade out, man. This is not another phase in black culture. No, man. It's gonna eventually culminate into the kingdom of heaven. The ones who being gathered, they're the ones that's gonna be saved, man. You see? So I pray this been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to. Let me make that statement clear. The ones who's being gathered under the 100% truth, they're the ones who's going to be saved. They're the ones who's going to return unto Yahawashi through spirit and truth. The remnant, matter of fact. Let's close it out there. Excuse me. Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. See that? A remnant will return. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. Yeah. See that? And you go into that word truth, amath. One of the definitions there is true doctrine, man. So you're going to stay upon the Lord, Yahawashi, in the 100% truth, man. It says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. See that? For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. That's why you're not going to have any cloak for your sin, because you're not part of that remnant that returning. You just know you're an Israelite, man. You got the skin, but you don't have the breath. The consumption decreed shall overflow with righteousness, right, man, when that judgment comes, man. You see? But yeah, Lord willing, it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rawchaa, Qadash. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles, and elders of Great Millstone. Lord willing, coming at you another lesson. Till the next time I say Shalom.